Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Miss Keita Love Tea, and I am coming to you on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Well, actually, still morning, hasn't hit 12 o'clock yet. However, I just wanted to peek in and just to say hello to everyone and welcome back to my channel. I haven't been posting in a minute. I'm outside getting some of this fresh air, y'all. But I haven't posted in a minute. It's just been a lot of transitions I've been going through. And you know what? It's not a bad thing. Because when you're going through transitions in your life, best believe that's a spiritual thing that God is doing in your life. And sometimes in order for you to get to a new level in your life, you got to go through this transition. You got to go through this spiritual change. So in no way am I complaining. It can be a little draining at times. But you know what? It's okay. Because when we are spiritually ascending and we're spiritually growing, it's going to require sometimes some physical exhortation. Sometimes you got to rest. Sometimes you got to take a break. You got to take a break from everything and everybody. You have to go within. You would have to, search deep within yourself so you can find your purpose in life, and you can find out what it is that, God or divine is calling you to do within yourself, within your life, and to help others. So again, I want to welcome you to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Hi, how are you? Hi. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Below here, okay? Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. It doesn't matter. It could be a hello, if it's something that you wish for me to talk about, you can leave that below as well. If you wish to donate to my channel, you can always, everything is in the description below. Okay, so, also I have a Patreon, so there's going to be some videos that I may post, and I will direct you to come over to my Patreon, which will you'll become a subscribed member to my Patreon, where I will talk about more. I will go in more depths of some topics that a lot of us, hey, this is life. We all discuss, whether it's spirituality, whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, whether it's sexual. We're going to discuss these things, okay? So again, I thank you for tuning in. And today I just wanted to just come in to encourage you to live a transparent life, okay? Now, how do you do that? Well, living a transparent life will require for you to go within yourself so you can learn your truth, and so you can stand on your truth, and so you can speak your truth, and you believe, okay? So being transparent, you guys, is always just being yourself. I mean, your authentic self. Being who you are and not pretending to be what people think that you are or who people think that you are. And so I encourage you today to be transparent. Learn the importance of going within to find God, to understand what God is doing in your life, okay? To understand who you are in this life, to understand what your purpose is in this life. And that's going to require some transparency. Sometimes we spend so much time trying to impress others and, trying to be or become what someone's perception of us should be. And when we begin to do that, what happens is we lose who we really are, the essence of who we really are, because we're trying to become or be what someone else's perception of us is to be. Let me give you an example. When I was coming up, I've seen a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. I also accepted Christ into my life at a young age, and I didn't really know, I didn't really know the extent of why I accepted Christ into my life. I just know that it sounded good, and I know that every time I was in church, I felt good when I came out from church. Didn't understand the word. I was a kid, okay? However, you just know that it gave you a great feeling, and you know that something was different within you. I'm going to have a seat right here because I'm standing outside on my step. But when I learned more and more about who God was at that time, and I'm continuously learning who He is still in my life, but I'm going back a little bit just so I can paint a clearer picture of what it is that I'm saying. During that time, as a child, we really have no clue. Excuse my hands, y'all. We really have no clue of the things that we are going to endure because we're children. We're carefree. We don't have a care in the world. We don't have no responsibilities. Our parents or those that are our guardians have that responsibility to take care of us. And so when I was a child, I didn't really understand what church was all about. And I'm going to tell you, when them people hooping and hollering up in there and all that, dancing around and running around and people falling out, that scared me, okay? It scared me, and I didn't fully understand it, and I would see people crying. I would see people, just, oh my God, these flies. I would see people just crying, and they would be dancing and praising God and thank you, Jesus. And as a child, you fully don't understand. However, something within, you don't understand mentally, but something within you leaps. Something within you feels good about it. It's like, this is where I belong. Okay? So, I was raised in church. And then, of course, when you get a certain age and you feel like you don't need church, and then, people start calling you church girl or why you go to church, or, they make it seem like it's a bad thing, as you get older. And so I left. And when I decided to leave, little did I know that I was just not only leaving the church building, but I was leaving God. And although I left Him, He never left me, okay? He stayed in my heart because that seed was planted in that time. How many of you know that a seed that's planted, you cannot see it after it's planted, but it's there. And after a while it's going to sprout. Whatever the seed was planted, to grow, it's going to sprout. So as I got older and I started, let's just say, living life of pleasure, and being, led by my desires and stuff like that, I realized that as I was doing that, I was becoming attached to certain people, to certain places, to certain things that was not really in my best interest. Okay, it really was not helping me grow. It really was not helping me change for the better, and it really wasn't helping me become or have a life that was a purposeful life. So how many of you know that when sin comes in, okay, when darkness comes in, it dims your light, and everything around you and everybody around you that is also in that same energy, that same darkness, you associate with, because you all are in the same wavelength. So the more and more my light was getting dim, the more and more I hung out with people that enjoyed the same pleasures or was going after the same things, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes. Let's just be real here. I lost myself. Even in a relationship, I lost myself. I became somebody that within my heart, I knew that I wasn't. And it began to really, really take its toll on me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Because when I started to become what others wanted me to become, I was no longer happy with myself, and I wasn't happy with the outcome of the choices that I made in my life. So I had to go back, y'all. After I got tired of life kicking my ass, okay, I got tired of hitting my head up against the same wall. I began to start going back into the younger years when I felt the Spirit of God in my life as a child. And that's not to say that I didn't experience any hardships, that I didn't experience any setbacks, letdowns, depression, anxiety, all of these things that come with not being your authentic self, not being transparent. And I was lying to myself, y'all. I was lying to myself. It took me to go through these stages in my life to realize that I lost myself. In order for me to come back home, I had to be found. And it wasn't that Jesus found me, because he never left me, nor did he forsake me. I left him. Okay? It's when I came back home. And when I say home, I'm talking about come back to myself. It's when God began to minister to me. He began to show me. He began to allow me to get rid of the junk that I accumulated over the years, take off the mask, and become my authentic self. So now today, let me tell you, I know I summed that up, and that's just not, really, I got some things that I can share with you, but that's going to be on my Patreon. So please make sure, if you want to go over into the extended, I'll go into a more extensive how can I say, extensive talk about how I began to take off the mask and become more transparent. So if you want this extended, click on the link below for my Patreon and meet me there. Okay? But I just want you to know, and I want you to be encouraged, those that are listening to me right now. Okay? Learn how to love yourself more so than anything and anybody. Okay, and how do you do this? Is when you go back to your spiritual roots. Okay, and if you have not had a spiritual root, it's not too late. It's not too late. All you got to do is ask the Lord to come into your life, to come into your heart. That's all you got to do, and believe that it is so. Because over the years, our hearts become stony, and we need to take out that stony heart and let God give us a heart of flesh, and to be able to soften us, so we'll be able to experience the love that we, put up the walls to shield. Because if God is love, we're love too, because we're made in his image. Okay? So I just wanted to come and encourage you today, and I appreciate everybody that has already subscribed to my page. And if you have not subscribed to my page yet, please do so. I'm back, y'all. I lost my mom back in April, and it took kind of an emotional toll on me. And then, not to mention, I have children and I have grandchildren, and I'm the type of person, I like to help people, and I'm also a life coach, a relationship coach. So I do so much, and I give so much of my energy, that I had to regroup. I had to come back, and I had to realize too that while I'm going through this particular phase of my life, that God too was also filling my cup. Okay, so I appreciate every last one of you that have supported me this far. And if you would like to donate to my channel, please look at the description below. You can either Cash App me or PayPal me, and let me know that these things are helpful. But don't forget, becoming your transparent self. Okay, meet me over in my Patreon. I love y'all so much. Don't forget, no mess, no message. Without the mess, you can't have a message. And learning how to forgive yourself is very important, okay? I love y'all. Miss Keita signing off. Miss Keita Love Tea. That's me. Miss Keita Love Tea. Meet me over in my Patreon, okay, for the extended. All right? I'm out.